Hello. Hello. Hi. Um, Let me see. Hello, Donut. Hello, Bo. Thank you for the drummy. Let me see. What do we have for energy drink today? Oh. Is this flavor what I think it is? Right off the bat. This is good. Okay. Okay, stop it. Stop. Oh, this is nitro. Let's go. This is the monster that people keep telling me I am as a drink. Legendary pull today, guys. And thank you so much for the 25 stream streak, Donut. Munching on pizza, that's good. That's always good. How has everyone's week been? Happy Friday, as per usual. I've been managing before anyone asks. God, it's Friday somehow. It is Friday somehow. Who knows how? It just is. But yeah, Friday. Friday, we've got our creepy readings on Friday. Let me open this can up real quick for you guys. I need to cut my nails. My nails look really pretty right now, like shape-wise, but they are getting annoying. Like, I am sick of it. They were nice for a while where I was like, oh, they look so pretty. Like, for a week, I was like fine with them, and now I'm like, my fingers are basically useless. Like, I swear, dude. I swear to God, the tab can. There we go. Oh, this is filled to the brim. Nice. Pretty. Now get out. Basically, I am not used to having long nails for a long period of time. I often, like, I get bored of them easily, so I cut them off. But these I put extra effort into. Like, I filed them, I rounded off, like, the edges. They look really nice and all that. And I showed my mom, and I was like, Mom, I'm gonna paint my nails. Should I cut them before I paint them? She looked at them, and she was like, no. Let them stay. I'm like, oh, okay. And now I'm waiting for, like, the paint on them to get bad enough. I'm waiting for the paint to get bad enough, like, for it to peel off enough, where I can like, repaint them, or I can consider repainting them. Once I consider repainting them, I'm gonna, like, just cut them off, bro. I don't give a fuck no more. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we've got our monster today. We've got biscuits if anyone wants to redeem that. I've got some chocolate biscuits. Anyone wants to redeem that? This is an empty bottle. I'm gonna put this over here. I've been rearranging my little corner live on stream, bro. You are an empty can. You go here. This goes there. You come here. Nice. Cute ass knees, bro. I'm telling you. I think you are just a tiny bit biased, but you know, well done. But either way, it's a busy day today, I've noticed, in the streaming community. Like, a lot of people are streaming. I wonder why. Even if I'm biased, I'm right. I don't think that's how biased opinions work, Donut. And realistically, really thinking about it, what even is the truth? Like, is the truth really what we think it is? Everyone has their own perception of what reality is and what truth is, right? Is it really what we think it is? Truth is that. Also, for those of you who are lurking, I would like to mention this because a lot of people seem to not know, which is fine. But Twitch does this thing where if you are lurking, it will start counting you as a bot for some reason. So, there's a few ways to combat this. First one being, you make sure to either communicate or like interact with the chat. Thank you so much for the path, Cypher. You communicate or interact with the chat, so and you don't even have to say anything. There is a redeem called Lurker Check-in if you'd like to redeem that. I will not refer to you if you do not wish to be referred to when you redeem that, but that is there. There is also, don't mute the stream itself. You can keep the stream itself, like the Twitch player, at 1 or 2% volume, and you can mute the tab that you have the stream on, and like refresh semi-often, because again, Twitch being a poopy fart. Thank you so much for the 25 stream streak, Cypher. Thank you. That means so much to me. My friends will get existential before accepting a compliment. What the fuck? It's just, what can I say, man? I just enjoy getting existential over nothing so much. It's my favorite pastime. How about you say thank you? No. It's not fun enough. Thank you for the pats. Hi, Prince. Alright, have a good spooky stream. Thank you so much for dropping by. But yeah, we will be continuing with the left-right game. If I can... You are so damn good at avoiding compliments. I know. I know. And you know, that itself was a compliment, and I just accepted it because I know, because I'm confident. So, you cannot, like, do this compliment, like, complimentception with me. That wasn't a compliment, but I'll take what I can get, I guess. See? You make things happen. Make things happen. However, let me pull this shit up. If I can. Oh, copy. Paste. Enter. Pull this over here. Left right game part 1. We've read till part... Have we read part 6? No, I don't think we read part 6 because oh no, we did. No, we didn't. What the fuck? No, no, Eve is gone here. I don't see Eve anywhere, so I suppose this is... We have... Interesting. Because part 5 was when Eve died. Hello, Naya Hart. Hello, something trying to learn writing, reading category works. What's this left right game and what are we reading? The left right game is basically a creepypasta. And every Friday we do this thing. I think we read 3 parts, so 4, 5, 6. No, I don't think we read 6. It's a creepypasta about a game. I got your name right. Wow. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad I did. But it's a creepypasta basically. It's a spooky little story about this game called the Left Right game. And spooky things happen on it. We are up until, I'm pretty sure, part 5. Bonnie, Clyde. There's Eve. Okay, yeah, Eve died. There we go. I was so like distraught over what happened. I didn't read part 6, I think. So we will be reading part 6. That's where we'll be starting, I suppose. And then you stopped. Yeah. I can't, bro. I can't. I was struggling. Also, Anaya, realistically, I'm not sure what other people use this category for. I use it whenever I'm like reading something or like you know, like reading creepypastas and stuff. I don't typically write on stream, but I do read every Friday. So I use it for that. I don't know what other people use it for. That's how I make use of it. I did not know there was like a reading writing category of its own for a good while, and then I found it and I was like, wow, well, there we go. Please don't dox me. Every stream this is an issue. Let me see. If I scroll down. I think this is fine. Should be. Okay. I'm going to pause the music now. Girl, shut up. We will be going over to reading. This is our part 6 of the whole thing. Hi guys, sorry it's taken a while to get this posted up. I've been busy chasing leads with US missing persons. I won't waste more of your time. Log is below. If you have any information, then please please send it my way. Thanks for your help, guys. It means a lot. Left Right Game, Draft 1, 12th February 2017. Silence used to be an absolute. That's something I definitely miss. Back in the real world, I would stand as self-evident that a group of people saying absolutely nothing, by definition, could not be saying any less. Maybe things are different on the road. Maybe I just never encountered it before. But it's clear to me now that there are degrees beyond silence. a pervasive realm of deafening quiet, which, following the loss of Eve and Apollo, our group has unreservedly embraced. Constructed out of our collective trauma, cemented with a cruel mixture of grief, guilt, and harrowing self doubt, it quickly becomes apparent that this silence is stronger than all of us. The challenge of breaking it remains unmet for the rest of the journey. We spend the next few hours burrowing through a featureless corridor of maze. The stalks rise far above the Wrangler, leaving only a thin strip of clear sky visible like the painted ceiling of a Renaissance church. I find myself glancing intermittently at the CB radio, half expecting, half hoping for Apollo's voice to crackle through the speaker, bringing words of comfort or a much needed attempt at levity. After I catch myself staring at the radio for the fifth time, I decided it might be best to get on with my work. I plug my headphones into my notebook, bring up the audio files I've recorded thus far, and set about creating a very rough cut of our first day on the road. Apollo VO. Everyone knows Rob. Rob's the god. I listened through Apollo's first interview, making notes for the closing paragraph I'll now be forced to write about him. When I have everything I need, I listen to the interview again, and then once more. It's not lost on me that I just want to hear his voice, to lose myself in a pleasant digital echo, far removed from the frantic screams that followed him into the asphalt. I listen to Eve's interview next. She bristles with excitement as she talks about her upcoming visit to Roswell, steadfastly attempting to recruit me to the effort. She had no idea she was heading into what she was heading into when she stepped out onto Rob's front lawn. Then again, none of us did. The thin strip of sky is turning deep orange as I reach our encounter with the hitchhiker. It's chilling to hear his voice after the fact, to revisit the conniving, veiled pleasantries he employed against us. I cringe as I hear Rob's hand grasp my arm, ashamed that I let myself fall for the hitchhiker's trickery. Rob, Theo, you did good. I'm sorry for grabbing you. I just didn't want you to do something you'd regret. Yes, Theo. No, it's fine. I was going to. Do you know what happens if you talk to him? Rob, Theo. Not sure. Came close myself once, a few years back. The way he looks at you when he thinks he's got you, I don't think I want to know. Yes, Theo. Rob, I paused the audio file, clicking back 10 seconds before pressing play again. Yes, Theo. No, it's fine. I was going to. Do you know what happens if you talk to him? Rob Veal. Not sure. Came close myself once, a few years back. The way he looks at you when he thinks he's. I certainly didn't notice that at the time. I'd been so shaken by my run with the hitchhiker, and so curious about the abandoned car that I'd been completely blind to anything else that had come my way. Maybe Rob misspoke. Maybe he meant to say weeks or months. But if it wasn't a mistake, if it was a truth carelessly uttered, then Rob has some explaining to do. The Left Right game was posted online in June 2016, less than a year ago. I glanced sideways at him, a wall of corn rushing past us as we approached the rest stop. Throughout this trip, every emotion Rob's displayed has seemed genuine. The sadness, the anger, the concern, they tell a story of a man who cares deeply about the welfare of those around him. Yet at the same time, it's strikingly clear that there's something he isn't telling me. Where's the creepy music for vibes? I told you. Hi, Spade Mod. Welcome. How are you? I'm doing great. How are you doing? Thank you so much for dropping by. Welcome to the stream. Um, I've mentioned this before, but I tried pulling up creepy music before. I can't seem to find any that's Not copyrighted. And since this is also going up on the YouTube, YouTube gets hit with copyright a lot. And I've tried. I promise I have. I can look if you guys want. I can still try finding some. Not now, keep reading. Okay. Well, that's fine with everyone else. Hello, Prizzle. Welcome. With every new piece of the puzzle, the card, the text message, the faceless creature with the ringing phone, I'm left with the dilemma of when to confront Rob with what I know. I feel I've gathered enough to bring before him, enough to demand an explanation, but there's no way I'd be able to truly verify his answer. I have a collection of strange and perplexing notions, lacking in the common thread that could bring me to any workable conclusion. If I am going to confront Rob, I need to uncover that thread. Much like the greatest journalists of our time, I should know the answer before I ask the question. The Jeep pulls up into a large green space. Staring straight ahead, I find myself puzzled by the way the ground seems to stop, as if the horizon lies only 20 meters away from the car. As soon as the engine cuts out, I unbuckle my seatbelt, climb out and walk towards the grassy verge. The rest of the convoy pulls up behind me as I go. I stop a few steps short of the edge, realizing we found our way to the top of a sheer cliff. A sudden swaying vertigo takes over, forcing me to take a few steps back. It doesn't feel like we've been heading uphill. The road has been level since jubilation. Yet somehow I'm standing at the edge of a 400-foot rock face, descending straight downwards, the distant earth shrouded by stalks of corn. That is the truly strange thing about this monolithic precipice. On either side of me, the maze runs to the very edge of the cliff, and at its base, the endless harvest continues until it stretches beyond the darkening horizon in every direction. It feels like I'm standing on the cliffs of Dover, starting over a golden ocean, its waves governed by the evening breeze. I wonder for a moment where it ends, then, taking consideration of the world I now occupy, I start to wonder if it ever does. A belligerent scream rips me from the view. The source of the noise is blocked by the Wrangler, and the first thing I see as I circle around are the shocked, wide-eyed faces of Bonnie and Clyde. Once I make my way past the Wrangler's hood, my expression mimics theirs. Lilith has pinned Blue Jay to the side of the Jeep, a locked forearm pressing her chest against the door. Her other arm has been grasped in Blue Jay's hands, desperately stopped before it can strike her across the face. The two of them yell through gritted teeth as Lilith struggles furiously against her, vying to cause her any conceivable harm. Get the fuck off me, you bitch. Get off. I take a few steps over to Lilith as Blue Jay attempts to kick her away. Lilith, we can't do this. Jen. Lilith doesn't even register my presence as she continues her assault, deafened by the bubbling vitriol in every growling breath. Jen, we are not doing this now. Not after. Before I can comprehend what's happening, I'm staring at the sky, my head knocked back by the force of Lilith's flailing elbow. A hot, raw ache radiates across my lower lip as I stagger back, raising my head over my mouth. Before Lilith can continue her assault, Rob swings open his door and takes two short strides over to her. He puts one arm around the girl's waist and picks her up, carrying her safely but firmly over to Bonnie and Clyde's Ford and planting her back to the ground. I seem to always forget how strong he is. Damn it, this is not the time. Take it back. Blue Jay has lost her usual snide demeanor, yet her aura still radiates an unbridled scorn. In response to Lilith's demand, Blue Jay walks back to her car and sits on the hood. She takes the Marlboros out of her pocket and along with her lighter, and ignites a cigarette. I imagine the burning embers are the only company she's comfortable to accept right now. By the time I look back to the rest of the group, Lilith has stormed away. What did she say? I didn't hear it all. What did she say, Bonnie? I heard something about. She said Lilith was. That we were complicit. Oh, god damn it. Bristol, can you. I watch Lilith as she sits on the grass and looks over the cliffside. She begins to cry, yet I get a strong notion that it's not something I should interrupt. It feels like something between her and Eve. A final act of reactionary mourning reserved for them and them alone. Yeah, don't worry, I'll handle it. Okay, I'll cook us something up. An hour passes. Lilith grows slowly calmer, drifting from cathartic release into a cold, wordless melancholy. Shifting, finishing up my dinner, I make my way over to her. It's a strange view. Lilith looks up at me, her face falls. I cut you. I'm sorry. It's fine. You should see the other girl. Yeah, I bet she looks like shit right about now. I help myself down onto the cool ground, staring alongside Lilith into the ocean below. Blue Jay thinks I'm complicit in what happened to Eve. I heard. She used to think we were morons. Now she thinks we're all in on it. Doesn't make sense. I think she has to believe this place is a lie. She needs it to make sense, and the harder it gets for her to rationalize, the more she. Anyway, she shouldn't have said what she said. She's just. I guess the word is troubled. She's a fucking thunder cunt. Uh, okay. She's right, though. I killed her. And I killed Apollo, too. I look at Lilith, concerned, not quite sure what she means. Her eyes remain locked to the impossible horizon. Sarah, she wasn't cut out for this, and she knew it. She wanted us to turn back this morning, but I didn't want to. That wasn't just your decision, Lilith. Yes, it was. She followed my lead. Always. Through everything. And I knew why she was doing it. I knew. But I let it continue because it was convenient, because it was easy, because deep down I liked having someone around who jumped through fucking hoops for me. God, it's so fucked. Lilith rests her head in her hands. She was weak. She was anxious and shy but that should be okay, right? You're allowed to be weak. But I made her come here. I dragged someone who couldn't swim into a fucking deep end. And the last thing I did was lie to her, and she fucking knew it. Lilith takes a few deep, frayed breaths. What do you mean? I'm not. I didn't. I loved her. You know, as a friend. It was always this fucking one-way street, and I don't think she minded, but then she's suddenly vanishing right in fucking front of me, and she said what she said. I mean, how else was I respond to that? Was I supposed to respond to that? I had to say it back, right? Lilith maintains her composure as a steady stream of tears roll down her cheeks. I don't know what I'd do in that situation. I could see it in her eyes that she didn't believe me. Fuck. I wonder how many people have died while being told, like, comforting lies. How many of them fucking knew? I think you did the best you could, Jen. I think you did better than most. You don't need to tell me that, just. Are you tired? Do you need to go to bed soon? No, I don't need to. There are some beers in Apollo's bag. Is that like looting, or is that okay? I think he'd want us to have them as long as he's got a toast. Lilith laughs briefly and finally smiles. She walks over to Bonnie and Clyde's car, returning a moment later with a 4-pack. We spend the next hour and a half slowly drinking them. Lilith can't muster the right words for a toast, so we just say thank you to Apollo, raising out cans to the open air. We talk about his tireless humor, his attempts to keep us all up during our first night on the road, how caringly he spoke to everyone, even at the edge of death. We talk about Eve as well, about the pair's misadventures, awkward college parties, and the future of Paranormicon. Lilith smiles and tells me there's always a place for me once radio dies out. After everything that's happened on the road, the night can't help but feel bittersweet. But for once, on a solitary cliffside in the middle of nowhere, it's more sweet than it is bitter. That may not be much, but at the end of an awful day, it's more than either of us could have hoped for. The next morning goes quickly. It's amazing how efficient a group of people can be when none of them feel like talking. Not only that, but breakfast has become a noticeably brief affair. I managed to get through half a bag of trail mix before I find myself uncomfortably full. Rob's words about the road's sustaining properties ring in my ears as I look around the group. Everyone leaves their bowls half empty. Lilith hasn't eaten a bite. By this point, the launch protocol has been drilled into us. Despite our preoccupations and the fractious rifts developing between us, the cars line up like clockwork as they merge into the road. In fact, the mood of the group seems strangely procedural. All radio contact starts with the stating of a call sign, followed by that of the recipient. The cars maintain an even, careful distance between one another. We've seen all too clearly what happens when the rules are neglected, and no one wants to take chances anymore. How far away are we? From where? We haven't gotten to the end of this road, right? I mean, you're still charting it? That's right. Well, how long until we get to, to uncharted territory? To be honest, not too long. What's going to happen once we reach that point? To be honest, oh wait, I did read that. We're going to keep driving until we get to the end. That's the plan. I won't judge you if you want to turn around. I'm sure you can talk to someone. Can I read? I'm sure you can talk someone into it. Could I talk you into it? Rob smiled. Afraid not. This trip ain't like the others. Road's kicking back like never before. I think it knows I'm coming all the way this time. What is this place, Rob? Rob sighs as he slowly takes the next left on a quiet, rural T junction. I think it's a stray thread, running off the spool. The radio crackles. Rob, you took the wrong turn. An instant drum of fresh panic hammers in my chest. I stare at Rob, and he stares right back. I know he's feeling the same thing I am, though he's doing a much better job of keeping it off his face. No, no, I've been down this road before. We took a right last time. Yeah. Yes, the turn before this one was right, I remember. Ferryman to all cars. Thanks, Bonnie, for giving us the fright of our lives. We're on the right. We're on the correct road. No, no, that can't be. It's wrong. Martin, tell them. Our mistake, Rob. Let's keep going. Bristol. There's concern in Lilith's voice. I lean over my wing mirror, attempting to gauge the atmosphere in the car behind me. There's clearly some commotion between Bonnie and Clyde, with the latter attempting to gently remove the walkie talkie from his sister's hands. There's something else, however. Past Bonnie and Clyde, past Blue Jay, an old, dilapidated road sign made of weathered timber stands by the side of the road behind us. I can't read all of it as the peel letters grow even smaller, but I can piece together what it probably once said. Wintry Bay, 5 miles. We're going to turn around, right? One sec, Bonnie. I'll check the map. I promptly switch off the radio. Are we not passing through Wintry Bay? Rob turns to me, a puzzled look in his eyes. Through where? In the wake of those two innocently inquiring words, my mind reels back to the morning of our third day on the road, watching Bonnie and Clyde wander over to Rob to confess their transgressions with the hitchhiker, the quiet conversation that passed between them, Rob's seemingly comforting response. I'd felt wretched in those moments. A few minutes prior, I had tricked and deceived Clyde. Yet I never once considered he might have done the same to me. Is it safe to pull over? What? Why? Is it safe, Rob? Yeah, should be. Then pull over. I switch the radio back on and grab the receiver. As I make a connection to Bonnie and Clyde's car, it's clear that an argument is brewing. Lilith is asking for me, a helpless passenger caught in the middle of something she doesn't understand. Bristol to all cars, we're stopping up ahead. Rob seems acutely aware that I'm not messing around. As soon as we roll to a halt, I throw my door open and jump onto the dusty roadside, striding over to the rest of the convoy, who are just starting to get out of their cars. I'm conscious of a driving anger behind each step I take. You didn't tell him. Bristol, What's going on, Bristol? Rob marches up behind me, more than a little restless to get a grip on my motives. Clyde? Clyde looks around a circle of expectant eyes. When he delivers his answer, he's unable to meet any of them. Bonnie talked to the hitchhiker. Rob's expression shifts, his confusion degrading into a solemn understanding. God, God damn it! You you knew about this, Bristol? I told them to tell you in the morning of the third day. I saw them go over to you. I thought they did. Bonnie thought you'd turn us around. Well, she was damn right. You've seen what happens when the rules get broken. You should have told me as soon as you saw me and headed right back home. That was before Ace. Before everything. I didn't know this place was. The rules are the rules, Clyde. Is anything even wrong with Bonnie? You said she gets confused. Was that a lie? Clyde doesn't answer, avoiding Rob's glare. As I process what Rob just said, I have to say I'm surprised by the deviousness of the two siblings. When I thought they were telling Rob about the hitchhiker, it appears they'd instead told him that Bonnie was, to some degree, senile. It was a simple lie, but one that would adequately explain her odd behavior, draw sympathy from Rob, and most ingeniously prevent him from telling me about their conversation. A truth buried beneath an unpleasant lie, its subject matter just uncomfortable enough to head off any chance of discussion. Still, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. We can head home if you want. No. The group turns to Bonnie. She speaks in a tone more decisive than I thought her capable. He, the hitchhiker, he was talking about the village we just passed. He was looking forward to seeing it, that's all. I was looking forward to seeing it, that's all. I'm okay, really. You've been talking about it a lot, Bonnie. It just sounded like a lovely place. I was sad that we passed it by. I'm sorry for worrying everyone. Please don't make us turn around, Rob. Rob stares at them both. His position has been made crystal clear. We're stopping a little early today. Come the rest of the way with us. Rest up. Then, tomorrow you both go home. You should count yourselves lucky you get the chance to turn around. Rob marches back to the Wrangler, signaling that the discussion is over. Lilith here with us. Lilith doesn't even try to hide her relief as she shuffles away from Bonnie and Clyde and climbs into the back of the Jeep. It's a little heartwarming that Rob still has the awareness to look out for her, angry as he may be. As well as a surprising strength, I also tend to forget how perceptive he can be. Bonnie, Clyde, and Blue Jay climb back into their respective vehicles. I catch Bonnie's eye the moment before she returns to the Ford. She appears truly disappointed, but otherwise resigned to keep going, satisfied to let Wintry Bay fade into the distance. It's comforting to hear that she's ready to put the place behind her. It's just a pity I don't believe a word of it. That was fucking weird, Bristol. Lilith seems happy to be in the Wrangler, enjoying the sense of security the modded behemoth affords, and also greatly relieved to be away from Bonnie and Clyde. She spent the last 5 minutes detailing the 30-second argument that unfolded between them, charting its disturbing nuances as well as its eerie conclusion. But I swear she was basically like crying, like she didn't understand how we could be going the wrong way. But then, like, as soon as you pulled us over and she just stopped. Like, I mean, stopped. That must have been disconcerting. You have no idea. So, Rob, when are these cornfields gonna fucking end? Soon. We're gonna rest up for the night in a few turns. Then tomorrow it won't be too long. Tomorrow it won't be long until we're on a track through the woods. What am I reading? Can I read? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mocha, thank you for the pets. Hi, Mammoth, welcome. Can we get a shout out for Mammoth, please? If we haven't already. Hi, Winter. Thank you for the pets. Everyone should go follow Mammoth. They are a very enjoyable person to watch. I was watching their stream before I started my own as I was getting everything set up. They are such a delight to speak to. Oh, what the fuck? Three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Okay. The fuck was that? In the back? That was a train. Choo choo. Poofy Cattail, you like it? Also, hi, Mammoth, over on YouTube. Very cute. I need to keep an eye on the chat. I haven't been keeping an eye on the chat. I feel a little bad. Um. If I could open the chat. Like, hello? We require attention. I'm giving you attention, darling. Mm-hmm. Okay. Father in fucking Christ, bro. I got a notification on Discord and then it disappeared. What the fuck? Someone send me a friend request. No, please send me the request. It's okay. It's okay. Moving on. I'm sorry I haven't been giving you guys attention. I've been so like wrapped up in this like story, bro. Brain doing things. God. Keep reading pretty voice lady. Wow, okay. Alright. The fucking woods? Are you kidding? Are we talking like Sleepy Hollow bleeding trees or what? I wish I could tell you. Wait, what do you mean? I ain't been that far yet. It's new territory. Oh, great. Maybe the cornfields aren't so. Lilith goes quiet, transfixed by something in the rearview mirror, before quickly turning around to get a better look out of the back window. The car behind us is out of control. Bonnie is fighting to wrest the steering wheel from her brother. The Ford swerves erratically behind us, driven mad by the dynamic power struggle taking place inside it. Rob sharply accelerates out of the way as the car behind lurches drunkenly to and fro before skidding to a shuddering halt. Rob hits the brake hard, and by the time I've turned in his direction, he's already slammed the door of the Wrangler, storming across the tarmac to Bonnie and Clyde. Cut the engine. The Ford's engine goes silent, and in the absence of its rumbling growl, new sounds emerge. The sounds of a struggle, of wild, desperate screaming. Stepping out of the car for the second time today, I jump onto the road and cover the distance between us. Rob is attempting to pull a screeching Bonnie from the car. Even with his impressive strength, it seems to be a challenge. Bonnie claws at the walls, trying with all her might to regain her grasp on the steering wheel. Please, please, let me go! Rob extracts Bonnie from the car and attempts to subdue her amidst a flurry of flailing hands and elbows. She writhes and kicks as she pins her arms to her sides. Bonnie, calm down, okay? Let's talk this through. He told me it was on our way. He said we'd pass through. He lied, Bonnie. No. No, we're going the wrong way. We're going the wrong way. Bonnie lashes out again, striking at Rob's leg with her own. Rob holds her firmly, his teeth gritted through every impact. It's clear that Bonnie isn't going to let up. I run back to the Wrangler and open up the trunk. After a few moments of rummaging through my bag, I find the first aid kit and pull out an unopened pack of white zip ties. Clyde opened the back door. Rob sees me standing there with the zip ties. Even in the midst of Bonnie's incessant struggle, he looks at me with an almost questioning air, as if he's wondering how we ever arrived at this point. As if he's asking whether we can really do what I'm wordlessly suggesting. Bonnie answers the last question for him. In the slim few seconds of distraction, she slams her head into his nose, eliciting a disgustingly loud thud and a pained growl from Rob. Dazed and confused, his nose immediately fountaining blood, Rob manages to keep his arm around her. But it's clear this isn't going to be sustainable, and that she isn't anywhere close to calming down. Clyde has opened the door, stepping back and looking on like a frightened child as we carry Bonnie over to the back seat of the Ford. I lean in before him, adjusting the headrest until it's pressed against the ceiling, ensuring that it can't be removed from the bracket. I then loop a zip tie around each bracket, then fasten them. Blue Jay, what the fuck is going on? Blue Jay has stepped out of her car, making her way towards us. I realize, to someone who is fighting to not believe any of this, the following scene would appear at best as a melodramatic farce, and at worst, as the attempted detention of an innocent and distressed woman. Sadly, I don't have time to field her questions. I climb into the car, Bonnie working constantly against us as Rob eases her in after me, his hand on her head to prevent it bumping against the top of the door frame. Once she's inside, I loop a second zip tie around the one I've already fastened on the right bracket, forcing her right hand inside it. I pull the plastic tab over the sleeve of her jumper. I hope it's not too tight, but at the very least, it's secure enough to keep her in place. Bonnie continues to pull against the zip ties, but it's clear her strengths have been sapped by her spirited battle with Rob. Not quite able to look her in the eye, I push a pile of luggage out of the way and climb out to the other side of the Ford. Rob and I are both getting our breath back, the former pinching his nose and adjusting stoically to the fresh pain. Hey, what the fuck are You're not going to leave her like that, are you? Get back in your car, Blue Jay. I walk back to the Wrangler, tuning out Denise's coarse protests. Rob reaches into the Jeep's still open trunk and pulls out a pile of blankets and pillows. In the rearview mirror, I can see him placing them on Bonnie's lap, giving her a place to rest her elbows. She leans her forehead against the back of the headrest. Even with her face blocked from view, I can tell she's crying. We arrive at the rest stop about 20 minutes later. The vague outlining of a deep green forest blooming on the horizon. It's earlier in the day than we would usually stop. Rob tells us he wants the entirety of tomorrow to chart the woods, as well as good time to turn back before nightfall, should the need arise. I'm not complaining. I'm glad of the chance to rest up following today's events. For the rest of the day, we take it in turns to keep an eye on Bonnie, making sure she has everything she needs. When the Ford pulled up alongside us, Lilith, Rob, and I are expecting to see a quivering wreck tugging ceaselessly against her against her bonds. We were all surprised, and more than a little disturbed, to find her smiling. By the time my turn comes around, the sun is already dipping in the sky. Rob has prepared a small pot of miso soup in case anyone can bring themselves to eat. I finish my bowl, all too aware of how unnecessary each meal now feels, and pour out a helping for Bonnie. I find her in good spirits. How are you doing, Alice? I'm fine. How are you doing, Linda? I'm okay. Sorry for giving you all such a fright earlier. I feel terrible. It's fine, honestly. I'm sorry about all this. I gesture to the zip tie restraints. Rob has reapplied them, fastening bandages underneath the straps to afford Bonnie a modicum of comfort. Still, the scene rings with a sinister barbarity which no kind of consideration can make up for. It's okay. I wasn't myself. I brought you soup. Thought you might not be I know you might not be hungry. No, I'd love some. Thank you. Everyone's being so lovely. Well, we just want to make sure you're alright. I submerge the spoon, drench up a measure of warm broth, and begin to raise it towards her. Oh no, you don't have to. I can feed myself. She gestures to her bound hands, the clear implication hanging in the air. No, I don't mind. I think it's. Bonnie throws her weight sideways, her elbow jabbing towards and hitting the bowl out of my hands. Soup spills over my fleece, just a little cooler than scalding hot, and soaks immediately into the fabric. I back away reflexively and watch Bonnie's expression flicker like a faulty light bulb from some kind of tranquility to utter burning contempt. It's gone as quickly as it appears, just in time for the rest of the group to look our way. What are you doing with her? Blue Jay storms across from her car, angrily drawing from a Marlboro and forcing the smoke draconically back into the air. Nothing, just an accident. It's okay, Blue Jay, it was my mistake. Did she get any on you? Blue Jay leans in, placing her hand comfortingly on Bonnie's, before turning to fix me with a murderous stare. It's almost impressive how, even when caring for someone, Blue Jay still manages to be simultaneously venomous to those around her. No, it's okay. It was my fault. It's fine. I'm sorry for causing trouble. Blue Jay laughs at Bonnie's submissive apology, unable to believe what she's thinking. Her eyes remain fixed on me. You're a fucking coward. Look what he's making you do. Look. My eyes follow where she gestures. I have to admit the helpless figure of Bonnie, restrained in the back seat of the Ford, rings with an innate inhumanity. And being forced to stare my actions in the face makes me feel utterly ghoulish. The choice I've made must be insane to Blue Jay, but that doesn't mean hers are not. Despite her pretensions of rationality, I can't help but feel that Blue Jay's actions are simply being governed by a different insanity. An insanity grown out of the desperate need to explain the unexplainable, which has morphed into an ugly cocktail of paranoia, self-grandeur, and fervent antagonism. Thank you so much for the pets. Oh my god. This is long. Blue Jay notes my silent expression, most likely taking it as a personal victory. Without another word, she returns to her car and shuts herself inside, festering silently and alone. Do you want to know what's wonderful, Alice? Bonnie leans towards me, lowering her voice so no one else can hear. He told me there's a house waiting for me. My home by the sea. I'm sorry, Bonnie, I don't think there is. It's going to be such a beautiful place. Such a beautiful place. Bonnie flashes me a broad grin. It's been lovely knowing you, Alice. Bonnie turns away from me, placing her forehead back on the headrest. The grin doesn't fade as I turn away. I walk back to the Wrangler, faced with the choice of changing into new clothes or my thermal pajamas. After removing my fleece and lying down for just a moment, I end up sleeping in the clothes I'm wearing. When I wake up, the Wrangler is moving. The air mattress reverberates and my body rocks as we make a sharp U-turn. I sit bolt upright, Lilith waking up next to me, similarly bleary-eyed and confused. Rob is behind the wheel. The gear stick shakes as he transports us down the road at incredible speed. Rob, what's happening? Bonnie got herself free. She's headed for the turn. I pull myself into the passenger seat, suddenly wide awake. What? How did she get free? Is she with Clyde? She hit him over the head, dragged him out of the car. I couldn't wait for him, but he's catching up. Lilith and I turn around. Blue Jay's car is gaining on us, a distant pair of high beams steadily drowning the rear window light. Why is Blue Jay helping him? She probably wants to keep an eye on us. Rob, do you think we'll catch up with Bonnie? I'm working on it. The Wrangler continues to rocket through the darkness. We keep our eyes fixed forward, scanning the very edge of the horizon for any sign of Bonnie's Ford. Bro, I'm scared. When Blue Jay pulls alongside us, I get a look at the pair. Blue Jay is not but steely determined. Determination, dedicated to reaching Bonnie before we do. Clyde looks mortified, rocked by his sister's actions, a small contusion on his head to mark her vicious betrayal. Rob screeches to a halt once we arrive at the junction. Blue Jay's headlights are already illuminating the road to Wintry Bay, and Rob's lighting rig coats the entire area in an artificial twilight. In the middle of it all, we see Bonnie standing next to her car, smiling. She's already beyond the threshold of the turn. Linda, please come back now, okay? You can all come with me. There's a place for all of us. He told me. There's a place for everyone. Please, Linda, you have to come back. A strange trail of black dust is steaming off Bonnie's skin, rising into the air and dancing in the breeze. After a moment, it becomes clear that the edges of Bonnie are slowly degrading, converting quietly into dark ash and drifting into the atmosphere. Bro, what is happening, dude? I can't, bro. Please, no. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care about her all that much, but like. So, is that what happens when you talk to the hitchhiker? Like, you get a permanent, like, debuff in the game? Or something? Okay. Staying strong today, guys. I love you very much, Martin. You're always welcome. You know what I should have done? I should have, like, got people to, like, voice these for me. Gotten someone for Clyde, for Rob, for Bonnie, Eve, Lilith, Blue Jay. I need an angry old woman for Blue Jay. It would be funny, I think. But yeah, it would have been fun if I had, like, people to read this with. No. Please. Please. Bonnie turns around and climbs into the car. Without looking back, she pulls away down the road to Wintry Bay. The trail of black particles rise from the Ford as she goes, with greater and greater volume as the entire car starts to wither away before our eyes. Less than a minute later, the Ford, with Bonnie inside it, gradually dissolves into dust and scatters to the winds. Clyde doesn't speak. His entire being is quiet. Lilith immediately runs back to the Wrangler. Rob waits a while, staring at her dancing cloud of dust, before putting his arm around Clyde and gently escorting him to the jeep. As I turn away from the road to Wintry Bay, I take note of Blue Jay's reaction. She looks absolutely petrified, more so than I've ever seen her. She impulsively removes the pack of Marlboros from her pocket and holds them in her hands before quickly returning them, unsmoked. The night passes slowly after we return to the rest stop. All of us are exhausted and more than willing to surrender to the escapism of sleep. I think we're reaching the end here. And you know, at least of this chapter. Bro. So how many people are left? There is Alice, there's Rob, there's Lilith, there's Clyde and Blue Jay. It's like 5 people left. Hi Kayla, welcome. I would tribute to voice. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What are you doing right now? I I'm more than willing to let you in if you don't read emotion as emoticon. Sorry, I had to. Sorry, I'm sorry. Never mind. Kayla's live. Okay. I just thought. I don't know. I just thought it's fine. It's fine. You're going live. I was like, what are you doing right now? 2 minutes after that, I get a notification. Kayla's live. What do you mean? Excuse me. Wait, are you not live? Not the emoticon, the emoticon, bro. I still can't. I still can't. I am, yeah, I thought so. Insane. Insane. Anyways, you enjoy your stream. I'm also late, I don't know, but I just want to throw that in. Oh shit. Unless you want me to voice it. I mean, you're playing Claire Obscure right now from what it looks like on your fucking stream thing. So I will not bother you. I won't like occupy you. You go do your stream. Pat pat. Thank you though for offering. If we're doing this next week, I would love to have you drop by. I'd voice it if it it oh I voice it if my voice was nice. Okay, who can you voice? I would have let you voice Apollo, but then he died, bro. I can't. Let me know so we can arrange. Oh, 100%, please. Wow. Wow. Bro, impromptu collab ideas, bro. What the hell? Uh, just don't laugh at me when I misread emotion. You mean emoticon? The context here is that this was happening on one of Kayla's streams. Um he was watching a clip um from a collab stream that he did, and he was reading a thing, and he confidently with his whole chest read emotion as emoticon. And then did it again on that stream where he was reacting to it. Oh my god. My CV forever. It is. I am never forgetting it. I remember part of the brand now. Basically, I will remember this for the rest of my life every time I see you. Every BRE rebranding and graduating. No, you're so cool. No, green VTuber. No. Um, but hold on. Let me. But yeah, 100%. Like, wait, you don't have me added on Discord. You must hate me. The rebrand is just changing your shirt color. Nope, since well. Huh? I'm just saying you don't have me added on Discord. Must mean you hate me. I respect boundaries. No, you have free reign. When it comes to things like adding me, I am perfectly fine with other like content creators, especially those who are like active, right? Who actively like stream or make content or whatever. Like I'm perfectly fine with them adding me. Like I know it says on like 10 different places don't add me, but like if you're a content creator, please add me, please. I love making new acquaintances. It's so fun. Also, welcome back, Cozy Mammoth. We gave you a shout out earlier. The rules still apply to me. It's very cute that people like are like, you know, whatchamacallit. I would 100% add like on my bio, like, oh, if you're a content creator, feel free to. Um, but then I worry that because like, hmm, I don't want someone to, because this has happened before. I don't want someone to like post a link to like a dead YouTube account, with one video on it from 5 years ago, and then they're like, oh, I'm a content creator, let me add you. That is not what I mean. You know that's not what I mean. Um, this happens. uh, this hasn't happened with like being wanting to be added. This has happened though with like getting the content creator role. Um, there was a point where getting the content creator role on my server was like a free thing. You could just like, it was a self role, and a fuck ton of people had it with their like, with them having one like YouTube account, no other content, one YouTube account with like two videos on it from 2 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm sitting here like, I was, I had different plans for this role, and then I made a thing that I assigned to people individually, uh, like myself. Um, evidently it didn't. Yeah, it didn't work out, so I do it myself now. Um, because it does also, the thing is, the reason why I'm very picky with it now is because it gives access to certain channels, certain voice channels, um like if I'm doing an open voice call stream, if you have the content creator role, you will have access to it. You will be able to join. And I'm not trying to have like a fuck ton of people who, let's say, may not understand things like stream etiquette, or what is okay to mention on stream, what is okay to say on stream, what isn't, and all that stuff, right? um there's like different layers to why I'm very like selective now. But no, I perfectly fine with other content creators uh sending me friend requests. It is very sweet that you cared, but like, I am perfectly fine with you, bro, please. Please. Actively begging. I just really like making new acquaintances. It's very fun to me. I thoroughly enjoy it. Like, I see a cool person and I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, it'd be so cool if I was friends with this person. Instant daydreaming activated. Sitting here, like, I see like I come across like a Twitter account, and I think it's a VTuber, and I think the VTuber is really cool. I check them out everywhere. I'm like, wow, this person is so cool. I'm sitting here like, it would be so cool if they were my friend or acquaintance. Oh, I was like, oh shit, I didn't read. I got super scared. I saw. Oh no. I saw. I got in, and I was like, what the fuck? No. Bro, you got scared. I got scared too. I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait. Did they decide? Did they like send me a friend request because they thought, at first glance, they thought I was cool, and then they looked into me and thought I was uncool, and then deleted the friend request because they don't want to be my friend? Is that what's going on? I'm sitting here contemplating. I saw the friend request. I was like, oh my god, yay! And then I click on it, it's gone. I'm like, wait, no, I'm sorry. Did they change their mind? I'm sitting here stopping, dude. I'm like, no, please. I I thought the opposite. No, please. I need to make, I've been thinking about it. Like, this is a good chance actually. I've been thinking about it. I want to like have it like a thing on my bio or something, like People who actively make content, they're allowed to like send me friend requests, but it's up to me if I want to accept it or not. So, but it's okay. No, I know you got scared. It was like a second, like my first thought was panic. I'm like, wait, do they hate me? I'm sorry. And then second thought, I was like, wait, I have like asked to DM, asked to friend requests in like 10 different places. Is that why they deleted it? Shit. And I don't typically send people friend requests first, but then I was like, wait, no, I need to fix this. I need to fix this. I sent you a friend request. It's like, oh, please accept, please. Sitting here passing away in like anxiety. Give me attention. I'll decide if you get it back. Basically, bro, fucking roller coaster of emotions while I'm sitting here reading a creepy story. Just lost 15 years off my life. But yeah, as I was saying, Cozy Mammoth and Kayla are two very like fun streamers to watch, and people should check them out. Quite a few years. What do they say? Something about smoking? Like something about like smoking reducing like what? 20 minutes, 20 hours, something of your life. I would like to like bring up that one cooked throat meme. Um I think I already have a couple months shaved off my life at this point. You weren't expecting me to send me a friend request. Wait, why? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is it like one of those I thought I fucked up and I was going to get scolded? No! No, wait, that's so cute. No. No, I don't scold people that easily. I'm very nice. People in my server are gonna be like, oh, she's so mean. She's so mean. Um, I don't scold people that easily. She had to actually yell at me to send her a friend request. I remember that I was like, I'm scared to send you a friend. I'm scared to. I'm scared to. I'm like, bitch. Like, grabbed him, shook him by the shoulder. Bitch, do it. Just do it. It's fine. And I wasn't gonna send him one because I'm like, no, you have to learn to face your fears. You're gonna do it. Seen you on Twitter a couple of times. I wanted to be friends with you. I've seen you on Twitter a couple of times too. You know, it's insane that it took us this long. Me like cool people, yes. Me also like cool people. Hi, cool person. You know, for a monster flavor that people keep telling me is me as a drink. Oh no, people don't say I'm like nitro is me as a drink. People say me as a drink is Gonster. For those of you who don't know what Gonster is, take a wild guess. Take like 5 guesses. I will tell you after. No, Gonster. Yes, Gonster. We are talking about Gonster today. Hi, cool person. I'm not so cool. It's nice to meet you too. You are so cool, though. I dropped by your stream earlier. You are such a delight to talk to. I was talking about you earlier, but like when I saw you in chat finally after I stopped locking into this like story, I was like, yeah, check them out. They're so cool, and they're so fun to talk to. In a pit, until it disappear in a pit where it belongs. The pit that it belongs in is my stomach. I will not hear slander about Gonster, even though I've never had it before. I'm low key tempted. But yeah, no, the Monster Nitro flavor actually is like green. Is that a monster flavor? No, it's not a I mean, you could call it a monster flavor technically. A variety. Um, the day you drink Gonster, the day I'm blocking you. Gotta drink Gonster as soon as possible then. So, Mammoth, are you familiar with this funny little drink called Guinness? Oh my fucking god. Yeah, Guinness. Yeah. Um so what do you think Gonster is? The alcohol. Yes. So what do you think Gonster is given that information? Um Abomination of beverage. Listen, you never know, okay? You never know. It might be bussin'. You don't know that. And maybe I should try and let you know. That plus a monster? Yes. Don't call it bussin'. I call it whatever the hell I want. It's specifically, the monster, as far as I remember, Monster Nitro, the flavor. I think it's like a mix of Guinness and that. And I remember someone sent me a picture of it being like, this is you as a drink. And I was like, you know what? That makes an uncomfortable amount of sense. I love you, but you make it really hard sometimes. There's a song by Water Parks called Easy to Hate. What plus energy drink I see? Yeah, it's actually terrible for your health, probably. Like, I've been told numerous times not to drink alcohol right after Monster, or like not to drink Monster right after alcohol, and all that. Um, it will take years off your life. Well, what's a couple more years? A single glass. I'm sure it's fine. Drunk and probably in the ER. Oh, oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll live if you make it there. Just a couple more years isn't too bad. You still have, like 30 years. How old do you think I? Yes, understandable. Have a good day. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go back to reading this thing. I thought vampires were centuries old. I'm a little of a bit of a I'm a little bit of a special case. There is lore that I'm building that I still haven't talked about it yet. Had to no, not at all. Realistically speaking, I'm a university student. Um, I am still fleshing out some ideas for the whole lore that I want to go for. Uh, there is a vague idea that I have for what I'm thinking, but I'm yet to actually like put it on paper. Anyways, where were we? Rob's rests Rob rests in the driver's seat, giving up his space on the air mattress to Clyde. Everyone drops quickly enough to into a quiet slumber, leaving me awake with only my thoughts for company. I find myself thinking of Blue Jay, of how she could possibly hope to rationalize the disintegration of Bonnie and her car. I wonder how I'd feel if the left right game were exposed as some unparalleled magic trick. Would I feel foolish? No, I don't think so. Impressed, maybe. Relieved? Most definitely. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I miss the innocent days when I believed the game was a hoax. I suppose I see why Blue Jay is so adamant about dismissing this place. Trickery, however elaborate, is almost always a preferable alternative to genuine horror. The Jeep's door opens and shuts. Part of me tries to ignore it, to wash my hands of any other developments in this harrowing night. However, exiled as I am from the kingdom of sleep, I slowly find myself sitting up, quietly putting on my boots and letting myself out. I step out into the cool night, observing the figure before me. Where are you going, Clyde? Clyde turns to face me. I initially interpret the look he gives me as one of resignation, but the word doesn't quite fit. Resignation is a defeat. The world exacting compliance from you against your own wishes. The man before me is as calm as the night air around him. His wishes are clearly his own. There's no defeat in his eyes, but something else entirely. Peace, maybe. You know where I'm going, Alice. Clyde speaks softly, a quiet conviction behind every word he says. I briefly glance towards the Wrangler, wondering if I'm really equipped to handle this on my own. Don't call Rob. I made a mistake coming back to the rest stop. I shouldn't have done. Please, just let me go. Clyde, just wait for tomorrow, okay? He'll understand. He'll turn us around and take you home. It won't be home anymore. Clyde's gentle stare renders me silent. Linda has had a husband once. He was a good man, died young. She could never bring herself to go looking again, and I never found who I was looking for. We've been each other's we've been by each other's side for 60 years. 60 years. I gotta be honest, even after all we've been through, everything you and I have seen, I never felt like I was in a new world until now. I don't think I can let you do this, Clyde. I'm sorry, Alice, but it's not up to you. Clyde breathes in the cool night air, exhaling through his nose. I yelled at her to come back when she ran off to rob that ice cream parlor. I kept calling out and calling out. I spent so much energy trying to get her to come back to me. After a while, I realized she was not coming back, that I'd have to follow her. I should have realized it earlier. That's all I can do. Follow where she goes. Oh, no. I shall get going now. Hope you have an epic stream. And thank you so much for dropping by, darling. Bye-bye. So not hag yet tuber. Makes sense. Soon to be hag tuber. Bye-bye. Take care. Hello, Laughing Sock. Welcome. Clyde looks at me almost apologetically. Goodbye, Alice. He turns away from the convoy and wanders back down the road. Clyde. He turns around one last time. Do you want company? It takes roughly an hour for us to walk back to the junction. In the time we have, I'm treated to the story of Bonnie and Clyde, the warmest fragments of their life together, the moments that built them, the waves that rocked them, and the places they once called home. I don't think I'll ever agree with what Clyde is doing, but the more he talks, the more I understand. A story spanned more than half a century, supported by a transient cast of acquaintances and friends, but at the core of each tale is a pair of siblings who meant the world to one another. The pair existed as two relative souls, quantifiable only in relation to each other. The, in the absence of one, the remnant was indefinable, a drifting point, unanchored in place. The story ends just as we reach the junction. I hope she's out there. I hope so too. Thank you for coming with me. I know it's late. No, it's never a bad time to see a friend off. Clyde smiles at me one last time before turning to face the road. He steps over the threshold, past the old wooden sign. In the silence of the night, I hear nothing but his soft footsteps and the quiet breeze, which, after a few minutes, carries the last of him into an open sky. It's a long walk back to the convoy. My mind is numb as I fear. My mind is numb to fear as I make my way through the dark, the corn rustling in the wind behind me. It's been 4 days since I arrived at Rob's house. Sat down at his table and listened to him speak about the new world he's discovered. In that time, I've seen things I can't hope to comprehend, sights that exist beyond the spectrum of our reality. Things I wouldn't have deemed possible. For all I know, there is a wintry bay, and Bonnie has already arrived at her house by the sea, standing at the door waiting with quiet confidence for her brother's arrival. I may never know, but I do hope they find each other wherever they may be. Pitch. Pitch. I can't do this, bro. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Mm-mm. 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 I can't do this, bro. How's your day been? My day was going okay up until now. Up until I finished this story. Or like this part. Um Thank you for the pet. Bro. 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 Actively going through it. Bro. Chad, do we want to read another part? We can read another part. If you so wish for me to. Reading one part took me an hour and 40 minutes almost. Like an hour and a half. How long is the next one? I don't know. But each part is quite long, so either way. So either way, we'd be here a bit if we skip to the if we continue the next part. Alrighty, alrighty, I'll read to you. Let me readjust the mic a little bit. Hi guys, apologies for the delay in getting this post up. Events conspired against me, it seems. Please let me know if you have any information. The Left Red Game Draft 1, 13th February 2017. I'm followed back from the junction by an overture of birdsong. I'm grateful for the company. In the wake of Clyde's departure, I'm welcoming of any sound that distracts me from my own solitary footsteps, grasping for any conceivable antidote to the palpable silence he's left behind. I'm not, however, as welcoming of what the shrill, melodic warbling represents, the first symptom of impending daybreak. I'd only been up at this hour a few times before, stumbling back the Nidri Street and down Sweet Market after an unexpectedly heavy night out. My housemates Molly, Craig, and Tom would spend the walk joyously discussing the evening scandals, leaning against one another as we all stumbled away from a night of horrific excess. This time around, the circumstances couldn't be more different. I am quite alone as I make my way up the road. The only excess is my night has been a relentless torrent of stress and melancholy. There is one similarity, however, resting in the back of my mind as much now as it did then, the nagging feeling that the day ahead would be one of bitter and immediate consequence. As somber as this night has been, I still find myself clinging to it, reluctant to witness the harrowing developments that sunrise will bring. In a few hours' time, the convoy will wake up to find they have suffered yet another loss. It won't be the brutal, heart-wrenching feeling that they experienced with Eve or Apollo or Bonnie, who perished in front of our eyes, but a muted sensation of gross unfairness, less immediate yet all the more insidious. As much as we hate to face the horrors in our lives, it can be far worse when they strike us without our knowing. To find out only the next morning that you have been affected by cruel forces, acting in complete disregard of your presence and taking without concern for you. It's not going to be a pleasant morning. Nevertheless, I am glad to see the convoy when it comes into view. The hulking wrangler rests by the roadside like an old relic. Right now, I can think of nothing more comforting than climbing into its secure, rugged shell. For a moment, I find it strange how an object built for transit has become the one fixed point in my world. Then again, it's not exactly the strangest thing that's happened on this road. Blue Jay's car is parked sideways on, laid out across the tarmac. The windows are shrouded in darkness, yet for the briefest moment I think I see the red dot of a smoldering cigarette, igniting behind the glass, glowing momentarily before dropping out of sight. I fix my eyes on the Wrangler and keep walking, resolved to ignore the ominous flicker of embers and attempting to ignore its uncomfortable implications. Even still, I shudder to think of the grim conclusions that are being drawn within that acrid, smoke-filled echo chamber. I rest my hand on the Jeep's passenger side door, pausing briefly to gauge the sun's progress. Am I loud enough, by the way, guys? Can you hear me? Should I be louder? It wouldn't hurt if you were a bit louder. Is this fine? Hmm. Okay. Sorry, I zoned out. Can I be honest with you guys? I think tiredness is starting to consume me. I think tiredness is starting to consume me. I wish it wasn't, but it is. You can read 7 and 8 next week and then wrap up with 9 and 10 next week. Yeah, I do want to save a decent bit of it to read with read with wench. Read with people. I think that'd be really fun. But yeah, I rested my face against my like palms, closed my eyes, and like I was about to just like pass out. I don't know why I'm so tired. But I think it's the whatchamacallit. I think it's the subscription. Let me play some music for you guys. But yeah, I think my body is already struggling to an extent. Wow, wowee. Yeah, I really hate doing like less than 2 hour streams, but like we're just around hitting 2 hours. An alarm for EP Cat. She's become very soft spoken as tired takes over. Yeah. Uh-oh. I do become very soft spoken as tired takes over. It is a thing. But I do wish to send you guys to a raid if I can. Gonna have to find someone to raid though. And find somewhere to put you. Bye-bye, Stock, take care. But yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to a raid. see who we can send support to. By the way, those who are watching, it would be nice if you could stay for the raid. It's always appreciated if you could stay for the raid. For YouTube, I'll send you guys to Morning Venus, who is learning a new coloring style inspired by Mustache, according to the stream title. But as for Twitch, please stay for the raid if you can. For those of you who are lurking, Twitch does this poopy thing where it will not count you as a lurker if you are not doing a specific set of things. For example, interacting with chat. You don't have to interact with chat itself, however there is a redeem called Lurker Check-in if you'd like to interact with chat and have your view counted if you want to support your streamers, right? There is also hi Akashi, welcome. I am literally just wrapping up, you bitch. There's also, you could have stream volume, the stream itself at 1 or 2% volume if you want to have it at that, or you could have the tab itself muted and refresh semi-frequently, so Twitch kind of counts you as a viewer. Yeah, Twitch is a little annoying like that. But it's like cooking issues. But let me see who I can send you guys to. If I can. There is someone playing Deadlock. There's someone playing Dead Format. She's sending us away to boarding school because she's tired of us. I fucking hate you guys. I'm joking, I don't hate you guys. I hate Akushi specifically. There's Shogeta. There's our other green-haired Chaos Gremlin. There is Kayla. There is JK. Is the best character. Yeah. I knew it. Aw. No, it's okay. I don't hate you that much. Maybe a little bit, but not that much. Just like a teeny tiny bit. Not the one you're thinking of. I don't know, man. It's like it's getting a little hard to like believe you. Like, I know what you're going through. I went through the same thing with V. I don't know. I truly don't know if I believe you. I'm serious? Yeah, buddy. It's fine. I understand. Don't tell me you guys genuinely want to watch Deadlock. Or is it just Donut being a nerd? Why is their stream just a black screen? Oh, go play Don't Test Me. His name is Rem, is very cool. Rem as in like the Shinigami from Death Note. I might cosplay a goth Miku at some point. Something I'm mildly considering. But fine, I'll send you the deadlock. Fine. Jesus fucking Christ. Send you guys the deadlock then. Can I copy your username? Sure, okay. Hope everyone's fine with deadlock. I don't think I've ever rated this person before. But they've got a cute little PNG tuber. But anyways, so Twitch is going to deadlock, YouTube is going to art. Thank you so much for dropping by, everyone. You can copy the raid message if you'd like. Please stay for the raid because that does help with viewer count for other streamers. You don't have to stay throughout the stream. You can click off after the raid, but even just like being there for the raid, adding to numbers helps. If you are interested in other content of me, like for example if you like my voice, which I don't know why you would, but whatever, no one to judge, I have a YouTube, so if you click on that little link, the card link over there, you can find my YouTube as well as my Twitter, my Twitch. Well, my Twitch is right here, my Blue Sky, everything. I do a lot of like shit posting on Twitter as well. And also, if you would like more frequent updates on everything, like my stream schedules, my life, if you want to join voice calls, if you want to chat with me over like on the server itself, just in general, you can join the server. It's 18+ only, so keep that in mind. But yeah. But anyways, that's my share of self-promo. Eat well, sleep well, take care of yourselves. I'm going to go rest. Bye bye.